Thank you so much for the work that you all do. I hope that you all have had a wonderful time this evening. I know that I have. I look forward to seeing you again here next year as we celebrate the 100 Black Men of Savannah and the legacy that they are developing in our community with the fine young men and women who they are mentoring. Please remain seated for very brief remarks from the president of this organization, Mr. Lloyd Johnson.
Thank you very much, Dawn. Good evening. My name is Lloyd Johnson. I'm president of the 100 Black Men. And thanks to you, your presence tonight has made this gala our best attended in recent memory. You're the wind in our sails. You're the engine behind all that we do. You've made at least two powerful statements by being here this evening. First is that there is so much more that we can and must do to make the American dream a reality for our emerging leaders. And second, it's a statement, a powerful statement, of your confidence in the 100 Black Men of Savannah and how much we must do to continue to earn your trust and confidence in us. 1 year ago, I stood before you and I said that our first 100 days were guided by a fierce sense of urgency now. Tonight, 1 year later, as I address you for the last time, I tell you we are still driven by that same sense of urgency. We're driven by the harsh reality that by all objective criteria, as a group, people of color remain at the bottom of our social strata. Notwithstanding the bright economic view of the last few days, the gap between minorities and the American dream has continued to increase since the 1980s. Educationally, the school dropout rates are disproportionately high. More African American males are in prison than in college. Legally, 1 out of 11 African American males is in the criminal justice system. Third-grade reading levels are relied upon as a valid predictor of future prison construction. Health-wise, as a direct result of socioeconomic factors, people of color suffer disproportionately from preventive illnesses. Employment-wise, we're more chronically underemployed and unemployed. Economically, the income and home foreclosure gap between minorities and whites continues to grow. This, my friends, is the legacy that we leave for our emerging leaders. I challenge you, as Diane Jackson and others have challenged you, to go beyond shaking your heads or nodding in agreement or disagreement with this legacy. I challenge you, and I do not exclude my beloved brethren of the 100 Black Men of Savannah, not to shrink from this challenge, but instead to ask yourselves tonight and each day of your life, especially in the quiet of the night, when you are alone by yourself, what have I done today to make the world a better place for our emerging leaders? As for the Savannah 100, as the old saying goes, we ain't what we used to be, but we ain't where we want to be. Guided by our cardinal principles of transparency and accountability and good stewardship, we tried to make a difference. Some of you may not realize we established a foundation this past year. We've regained 501c3 nonprofit status. We intend to purchase a building so that we can, with other nonprofit groups in Savannah, better serve our community. Our corporate advisory board remains a source of counsel and support. We strengthened and expanded our partnerships with other youth-serving community organizations. Many of them are here with us tonight. First Tee of Savannah, the Savannah Horizons. Please stand, all of you. AWOL, St. Luke's Church. Are you standing? Are you standing? Are you here? St. Luke's Church, the May Street YMCA. Saul C. Johnson. Where are you, Saul Johnson? All right. East Broad Elementary. I want to welcome all of you, our emerging leaders. You're 10% at least of who we are tonight. We expanded, as you know, our Saul C. Johnson Economic Empowerment Program. Professor Cameron Coates from Armstrong has been quietly conducting a robotics camp for the past several months. It's one thing to get into college. It's another thing to stay and graduate. Under the leadership of Professor Wayne Johnson of Armstrong Atlantic, we've inculcated a culture of academic excellence, particularly among our Collegiate 100. Thank you, Professor Johnson. Last summer, we inaugurated our 2-week Pathways to Success Summer Institute. And you can learn more about what we do by reading the journal that you have, and also by visiting our revised website, www.100blackmensav. That was overseen, by the way, by Brother Fernando Foster. President John F. Kennedy once said, "Success has many parents, but failure is an orphan." And so it is with the 100 Black Men of Savannah. Our success has many parents. And I have to tell you ahead of time that I'm going to recognize several people, but I don't want you to applaud them all. I'm going to ask you to help me out so that we can speed the evening along, Dawn. And I'm going to ask you to do this all together. Follow me. For each person that's introduced. Can we do that? Let me hear you try it. Come on. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, here we go. First and foremost, I want to thank my fellow officers. Vice President Terry Enoch, Treasurer Lonnie Chestnut, Chris Corinthian, Financial Secretary Lamar Lawrence, our parliamentarian Charles Gilliard, who you've seen this evening. You've all given countless hours to your duties. You've served this chapter well. You've provided me with wise counsel, even though sometimes I haven't accepted it. Thank you all. There you go. The real work of the Savannah 100 is done on the committee level. Our committee chairs and co-chairs and members are the glue of the Savannah 100. They make a difference. They make things happen. They quietly toil in the vineyards, unseen, often frustrated, with few accolades, supported by our staff assistants, Victoria Baylor and Leticia Dennis. They are the real men who are giving real time so that we can talk about. They give us their most precious and scarce commodity, time. Thank you, gentlemen. Our founding members. Each one of us stands on the shoulders of that person or group without whose support and guidance we would not be where we are in life's journey. And so it is with the 100 Black Men of Savannah that, but for our founding members, Charles Gordon, please stand. And the other, you get 2, Charles. And those other founding members who, following the Million Man March 15 years ago, determined to become a positive force in the lives of Savannah's youth. We owe each one of them. We owe each one of them and our past presidents who ensured the continuation of our founders' vision, a debt of gratitude for their energy, foresight, and commitment. To our founding members and past presidents, and for whatever shortcomings we may have, I take full responsibility. A central ingredient of our 2010 strategic plan was to strengthen our relationship with our corporate partners, a diverse group of Savannah's leaders sharing their varied resources, interests, and points of view with the Savannah 100, and united in the commitment to ensure that our young people become viable contributors to the improvement of Savannah. I fear naming you all because each one of you, because I'll almost certainly overlook one of them. You'll find their names in the journal, and I ask again that we recognize them. We're blessed with our Collegiate 100 chapters. You've met them this evening, young men from Savannah State University and Armstrong Atlantic University, who share in our mission and serve as campus role models. Please stand, Collegiate 100. Thanks to their collegiate advisors and members, Brian Dorsey, their coordinator, Fernando Foster, assisted by Professor Wayne Johnson of Armstrong, Dr. Reggie Lissan and Kevin Ford, advisors to the Savannah State, who work with these young people. Again, thank you, Dr. Yarborough, thank you, Dr. Blanken, for making all of this possible. And of course, our volunteers. Professor Lynn Trice, the ECHO young ladies that you saw out there helping us along with registration, Connie Johnson, Sarita Kelly Pittman, Erica Foster, Blenda Wilson, Betty Lassiter, Veronica Enoch, Monique Lawrence, Eve Parker, Carlotta Lassane, all had help to do in seeing that all of this was put together quietly and behind the scenes. Thank you so much. Dawn?
Yes, sir.
There wouldn't be a Grand Gala without you. There wouldn't be one.
Thank you very much.
You cover up all our slip-ups. What can I say? You are so, when I was younger, they say, she's so smooth, and you are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dawn.
Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it.
We have a token, and on the clue, it's not quite ready, so thank you very much.
That's okay.
Dawn.
Thank you. I didn't come for the gift.
I know you didn't. She does it as a labor of love.
Thank
and for
you.
that, she gets more than